NASA detected a mysterious object speeding toward Earth. Some actual bona fide experts think it might not be your typical space rock or maybe any kind of rock or a natural phenomenon at all.
A strange visitor from beyond our solar system is on its way. That much we knew. But what we didn't know is that NASA has been sitting on explosive images of this object, 3I Atlas, that challenge reality itself. A whistleblower has finally brought the truth to light, and the revelations are staggering. Astronomers are not just intrigued, they are visibly shaken. We will show you what's in those forbidden images, break down the impossible physics of this object, and explore the terrifying possibility that this isn't a random encounter. The silence from the top is deafening, and there is a very good reason for that. When the universe stared back, you see the universe has a way of throwing curveballs at us, but we've never seen one quite like this. For decades, we've stared into the abyss of space, feeling pretty confident we had a handle on the basic rules. Planets orbit stars. Comets are dirty snowballs that grow tails pointing away from the sun. These were the bedrock truths of astronomy. Then came 3I Atlas. Officially, it's just the third interstellar object ever spotted passing through our cosmic neighborhood. A fascinating but ultimately understandable piece of celestial debris from a faraway star system. But not all things are what they seem. Behind the sanitized press releases and calm explanations, a storm has been brewing. And thanks to a whistleblower deep within NASA, that storm has finally broken. The story begins not with a bang, but with a hushed data file uploaded to a secure server. This file contained images of 3I Atlas, but they weren't the grainy, low-quality shots the public gets to see. These were taken by a highly sensitive, classified observational tool. Some insiders speculate it was the James Webb Telescope during a block of discretionary time. What these images showed sent a wave of disbelief and quiet horror through the select few who viewed them. Many people are crazy about the idea of alien life, but even the most hardened skeptics were left speechless. The whistleblower, known only by the pseudonym Newton's Ghost, claimed the agency was deliberately misrepresenting the object to prevent global panic. So what was in these photos that could make a seasoned astronomer, a person who deals with cosmic wonders daily, turn pale? The first and most jarring anomaly was its tail. Every comet we have ever observed has a tail or two pushed away from the sun by solar wind and radiation pressure. It's basic physics. But the leaked images of 3I Atlas showed the impossible, a massive dust tail pointing towards the sun. It's like watching smoke flow back into a fire. It makes no sense. The energy from our own star should be blowing that dust into deep space. Yet here it was, defying everything we know. It's funny when you think about it. The one feature that makes it look like a comet is the very feature that proves it can't be one. Initial estimates from the leaked data suggest this object could be enormous, perhaps up to 3.5 miles across, making it the biggest interstellar visitor we've ever seen. But the weirdness was only just beginning. Spectroscopic analysis, a way of seeing what an object is made of by looking at its light, delivered another bombshell. Comets are made of ice and rock. As they get closer to the sun, the ice turns to gas, creating a glowing coma and a gassy tail. But 3I Atlas had no detectable gas emissions. Zero. It was shedding dust and only dust. It was as if the object was a giant dry rock that was somehow ejecting a trail of particles against the solar wind through a mechanism we can't explain. How can an object that looks like a comet and is officially called a comet be missing its single most defining ingredient? It was a riddle wrapped in a mystery, and the whistleblower's next revelation would turn this cosmic puzzle into a potential threat. This object isn't just acting weird, it's on a very specific path. A path too perfect. When astronomers plot the path of a celestial object, they're dealing with the pure mathematics of gravity. An object comes in, gets pulled by the sun and planets, and flies back out. The path is predictable, governed by unbreakable laws. And there is a good reason for that. Gravity is the engine of the cosmos. But the trajectory of 3I Atlas, as revealed in the whistleblower's leaked files, doesn't look like a random encounter. It looks like it was designed. It looks like a mission. The thing nobody tells you is that even in the vastness of space, some things happen that are so unlikely they might as well be impossible. As it cruises through our solar system, 3I Atlas is set to make a series of unusually close passes to several planets. Its path will bring it near Mars, then Venus, and even Jupiter in a single elegant sweep. An astrophysicist at Harvard, Avi Loeb, who famously suggested our first interstellar visitor, Oumuamua, could be alien technology, ran the numbers on this. The statistical odds of a random object from another star system charting such a course that uses the gravity of multiple planets in what looks exactly like a slingshot maneuver, are astronomically low. We're talking odds of less than 1 in a billion. NASA itself designs trajectories just like this for its own probes, like the Voyager and Parker solar probes, using planetary gravity to save fuel and gain incredible speed. 3I Atlas is executing a perfect multi-planet gravity assist, and it's doing it all on its own. This is what truly alarmed the scientists who saw the leaked data. A backward tail is a mystery, and lack of gas is a puzzle. But a trajectory that looks intelligently designed? That's a different game entirely. It implies purpose. It implies navigation. Many people are crazy about conspiracy theories, but this wasn't speculation. This was cold, hard data staring them in the face. The object isn't just falling through our solar system, it's navigating it with a terrifying precision. The leaked internal memos from Newton's ghost contained panicked discussions. Phrases like non-natural kinematic profile and controlled trajectory were used. This wasn't a rock, it was behaving like a vehicle. The sheer scale of this is hard to comprehend. Imagine trying to throw a grain of sand from a mile away and have it skip perfectly across a pond, hitting 3 specific lily pads before sinking in the exact center. That's the level of precision we are witnessing, and this grain of sand is a 3.5-mile wide object that has been traveling through the void between stars for possibly millions, or even billions, of years. How could it arrive here at this exact time, on this exact path? It's a question that has no natural answer, and it suggests that 3I Atlas is not the first visitor of its kind to grace our cosmic doorstep. And that's because we've seen hints of this before. They are not sending their best. For the entire history of astronomy, we had never once confirmed an object from another star system visiting us. Then, in 2017, everything changed. We spotted Oumuamua. The name is Hawaiian for scout, and it was a fitting one. It was a bizarre, cigar-shaped object that tumbled end over end. Most shockingly, it accelerated away from the sun without any visible reason, as if something was pushing it. The official explanation was outgassing from hidden pockets of ice, but many scientists, including Avi Loeb, weren't buying it. It looked too much like a craft adjusting its course. Oumuamua was our first hint that the space between stars wasn't empty. It was full of secrets. Then, just 2 years later, came Borisov. This one looked and acted more like a normal comet, releasing gas and dust as expected. The astronomical community breathed a sigh of relief. Oumuamua was a weird one-off, a cosmic fluke. Borisov was normal, case closed. But now 3I Atlas has blown that comforting narrative to pieces. It's the third visitor, and it's by far the strangest. It has the impossible acceleration of Oumuamua, but on a much larger scale. and the cometary appearance of Borisov, but with physics that make no sense. You see, this isn't a series of isolated events. It's a pattern. And the pattern suggests that these interstellar objects are getting progressively weirder, progressively more brazen in their defiance of our physical laws. The thing nobody tells you is that spotting these objects is incredibly difficult. We only started finding them because our telescope technology got a major upgrade in the last decade. This means these things could have been flying through our solar system for centuries, completely undetected. We've been living in a cosmic shooting gallery and we never even knew it. The Whistleblower's document suggests that some at NASA now believe Oumuamua may have been a probe, a scout sent to survey our system. And now 3I Atlas could be the follow-up mission. It's larger, more complex, and its trajectory is far more precise. It's not wandering, it's arriving. Think about the timeline. First, a small, fast, and hard-to-read scout. Then, a seemingly normal object to lull us into a false sense of security. And now, a massive physics-defying behemoth on a perfect orbital path. It feels like an escalation. Each visitor teaches us something new, but it also deepens the mystery. Where are they coming from? What are they made of? And most importantly, what do they want? These aren't just scientific questions anymore, they are questions of security, of survival. And the most terrifying part of this entire affair is that at the most crucial moment when we could get our best look at 3I Atlas, it's going to vanish completely. It's about to perform the ultimate disappearing act, a deliberate blackout. The single best time to study a comet or asteroid is at perihelion, its closest point to the sun. The intense heat and radiation cause the object to become incredibly active, releasing gases and dust that tell us its secrets. It's when the object is at its brightest and most revealing. We have pointed every telescope we can at objects during perihelion, and it has yielded some of the greatest discoveries in astronomy. But with 3I Atlas, we are going to see nothing, absolutely nothing. And this, according to the Whistleblower's leak, is the part that has intelligence agencies, not just astronomers, in a state of high alert. It's not an accident. It's a strategic move. On October 29, 2025, 3I Atlas will reach perihelion. And on that exact day, it will be positioned perfectly behind the sun from our perspective on Earth. It's an event called a superior conjunction. For weeks, as it makes its closest, most dynamic approach, it will be completely blinded by the sun's glare. We will have no way to see it, no way to study it. The odds of a random interstellar object having its perihelion coincide so perfectly with a superior conjunction are once again infinitesimally small. It's the equivalent of a suspect demanding to be interrogated in a pitch-black room with the camera turned off. It's an act of deliberate concealment. So the billion-dollar question is, what is it doing back there? What process is it undergoing that requires it to be hidden from our view? The memos leaked by Newton's ghost are filled with terrifying speculation. Is it changing course? Is it deploying something? Is it using the sun's immense energy to power up some unknown technology? The object with the backward tail and the navigated trajectory is now adding a disappearing act to its list of tricks. The thing is, when you put all the pieces together, the picture it paints is deeply unsettling. We are not dealing with a natural phenomenon. We are dealing with something that is actively trying to hide its true nature and purpose. This is where the story moves from a scientific mystery to a question of planetary security. Is this all just one giant cosmic coincidence, or are we missing a key detail? Are we watching an arrival? Many people are just going about their daily lives, completely unaware that a 3.5-mile-wide enigma is heading our way. An enigma that is behaving like a technologically advanced craft on a mission. A mission that requires it to go dark at the most critical moment. As we wait for it to emerge from behind the sun, we can only wonder what it will look like when we see it again. Will it be the same object that went in, or will it have changed in some fundamental and perhaps terrifying way? The universe is under no obligation to make sense to us, but this feels different. This feels like a message is being sent, and we are not the ones sending it. What do you think 3i Atlas is doing behind the sun? Let us know your theories in the comments below, and if you want to stay ahead of the secrets the agencies are hiding, make sure to like this video and subscribe.